Welcome, everybody. NXT Takeover is live on the air, and it is Takeover Bash at the Beach, our second NXT Takeover event here in our universe mode. Previously, we had NXT's In Your House Takeover, which was an incredible event. And here's the sequel. Here is the follow-up. Glad to have you guys here on this Wednesday night as you guys are getting locked in, getting set for some wrestling action here on the evening. As you can see where we are in the calendar, and we are very, very close to the start of SummerSlam. You can see how close we are. In fact, well, you can see we actually made the official changeover. The NXT logo, we went back to the black and gold like they're doing in real life, but we got Takeover, Bash at the Beach, then we got Raw, then we got SmackDown. Main event is not going to happen this week. Instead, it's going to be SummerSlam Throwback, our 4 favorite revisits of famous SummerSlam matches, which will be Patreon exclusives. And then we have the big event, SummerSlam, leading into what will be an exciting September. We have G1 Supercard, which we're going to give you the entire card for that on that first Monday. Then we have Clash of the Champions. After that, it's NXT TakeOver Hell in a Cell, followed up by the first ever WWE Halloween Havoc, going into Survivor Series. December, we still got to do the modifications on. I think, give a little secret here. I think we're going to do Starrcade as well as another NXT event, followed up by the Rumble. We got Vengeance Day, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, Stand and Deliver, and then WrestleMania. So let's jump into... Whoa, they changed the card up here on us. Okay, we still have some of the matches here. Samoa Joe and Timothy Thatcher, no longer the main event. This is interesting. Okay, they changed the card. I'm trying to remember what the card was now. This is a different card than what we have. Did everything change because I changed the logo? I don't think so. I guess that was that, right? Eichner and Bartel. We had Grimes and Mansoor, Mickey and Tony Storm. We had that. Was that one of the matches? I think so. And then we had Gunther and Santos Escobar. So I guess that'll be the new main event. I guess Gunther and Santos Escobar will be the new main event. Let's go ahead and make the edit here now. Let's do it. Thank you to you guys jumping in on the chat. Will you have Bray Wyatt in your universe? I don't know yet. And I don't know why we have the WrestleMania background here either. Not sure. I have not decided. Still haven't found a way to get Cody Rhodes in there yet either, if we even want to use him at all. So maybe we can spice this up a bit. Let's see. Let's see. What can we do? Maybe Last Man Standing? Let's do that. Let's do a main event of Last Man Standing. And speaking of the Women's Championship, if you guys want to see the results of that match, we encourage you guys to sign up and check us out over at Patreon, patreon.com/tvsports27. Yesterday, we posted 2 NXT Level Up kickoff matches, the kickoff here to the Bash at the Beach Takeover. We had a King of the Beach Battle Royal that is up right now at Patreon, exclusive to Patreon, and a new championship is going to be introduced based on the results of that. And Raquel Rodriguez. So I guess they just used the WrestleMania intro. I wish I had looked at that ahead of time, because that's probably going to be, like I said, Copyright City, but here we are. We had NXT Level Up, as we said, on Patreon, which was and I'm saying it again in case I do have to edit that whole part out. We had the Women's Championship on the line in a street fight, a no lifeguard on duty street fight. That match went all over the arena. It got extremely violent between Carmella, Raquel Rodriguez, and you can check that out over on Patreon at patreon.com/tbsports27, as well as the King of the Beach Battle Royal, where a new championship is going to be introduced here in NXT as a result of that. So check us out if you do, if you can, at patreon.com/tbsports27. And we do remind you as well that the SummerSlam throwback event, as well as the Sunday Night Heat kickoff to SummerSlam, are going to be Patreon exclusives as well. So if you're not over there, you're missing out on the action, as well as we encourage you guys to follow along with us, not only here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, but over on Twitter, follow along with us, because we tweeted earlier in the day that we were going live for NXT Bash at the Beach Takeover. And here we go. I guess it was the beach theme is what they were going for, using the WrestleMania ambiance. I thought they would have had the, we were using like the 90s graphics before, but whichever. I mean, it works, right? We're kicking things off here officially. We already had 2 kickoff matches on Patreon. Now we're kicking off the show in full officially here, as the rivalry continues between Breezango and Imperium. It's interesting. I don't know why the graphics are like this, because it's I don't know, maybe I can jump out of this and edit. When I did the matches on Patreon, they used the 90s themed graphics, which worked pretty well, rather than these WrestleMania themed ones. So why would they be 2 different things, one in what we filmed earlier and then one different here? I don't know, but I guess it's okay. I don't know. I'll check it after this. But here we go. Breezango. We recently saw Dirty Dongo show up in Impact Wrestling. Speaking of kickoff shows, he showed up at the Bound for Glory kickoff. And here they are. This is, well, I guess this is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. I did modify it into a tornado tag, and I think I forgot to make it a tag team title match. But this is going to be for the NXT Tag Team Championships. We're also getting the NXT Championship match and the NXT North American Championship match. Every championship was defended here at Bash at the Beach, with the Women's Championship being defended on Patreon. They call him Eichner and Bartel. We know him as Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. And the fans getting in to Breeze and Dirty Dongo. Here we go. This is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Up next, we have the steel cage match, and we have the last man standing match in our main event. So Breezango starting this one off fast and furious here on Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser kind of hammering away right now at Tyler Breeze. Off the top in the elbow drop. Right there. Quick cover by Kaiser. And it's broken up. So you guys joining us in the chat. Glad to have you aboard. I got half of my package today. The new headset. I got the adapter so I can plug the headset, the new microphone rather, into the controller. I just got to wait for the microphone to get here. So we shall see when it'll arrive. And up and over. Look at this. Well, we're going to see last man standing later on between Gunther and Santos Escobar. That's going to be our main event. Originally, Joe and Timothy Thatcher was the main event, but I guess the NXT gods switched up the match order there. So instead, it's going to be the North American Championship match in the main event. And it should be interesting, because if you guys tuned into our main event stream yesterday, you guys saw Gunther, Brock Lesnar, John Cena from SummerSlam, a one-sided dominant performance by Gunther, which allowed him to get this championship opportunity against Santos Escobar. I think Giovanni Vinci may have accidentally broken that one up. There's the cover by Ludwig Kaiser. And it is a kick out there by Tyler Breeze. Cover the foot all over the ropes there I don't know what the referee's thinking, missing this one. And clubbing blow from behind. Tyler Breeze, a Falcon Arrow almost there. Look at Fandango coming back with the chop, and Tyler Breeze sending Ludwig Kaiser to the outside of the ring. And look at this, the cut. Can he cut in just a moment? Fandango with the cover. And Giovanni Vinci kicking out. Now Fandango head to the top. We could have new NXT Tag Team Champions, and he misses with the leg drop. That could be a fatal miss here. Boot to the midsection. And Fabian Eichner, the former Fabian Eichner, he's Giovanni Vinci, and Fandango has kicked out. But Vinci, you do the Fandango, or are you going to pose for some pictures? Cradle shock. And Imperium will retain the NXT Tag Team Championships. How about it, guys? You guys miss... I love the center logo in the ring. I miss it. We got to bring that back. AEW plays around with it a little bit on Rampage, but we need it back full time. Look at how cool that is. Right in the center of the ring. That wasn't enough. Yeah, did you see the logo for WrestleMania Philly? That thing looks pretty cool. The green and silver, the Liberty Bell, the XL. Everything about that logo is awesome. Still, NXT Tag Team Champions, Vinci. And this stupid microphone on. I promise I got the new one ordered. I got the new one order. I don't know how much you heard of that. The winners, Giovanni Vinci, Ludwig Kaiser. Let's see if I can, I don't even know if I can edit. If I can edit the show once I'm already in it. I don't know if that's a thing. Edit. Yeah, why is it all WrestleMania? It was not like this. It's so bizarre. It is not like this. I don't know why it is like this. It is not like this if you... I don't know if I can find this logo in here. Probably not. If you do this in exhibition mode. Which is very bizarre. Whatever. I'm not going to go to all the effort. It's pirate themed, right? So it's fine. But if you want to see what it's supposed to look like, you can do that over on patreon.com/tvsports27 because it looks normal. Then when you bring it into universe mode, everything changes. So go figure about that one. All right, continuing on here, and it is going to be our steel cage match here between Cameron Grimes and Mansoor. This is a rivalry that's been going on for a number of weeks here on NXT. And, you know, it all kind of started a little bit of jealousy. I believe Mansoor getting his opportunities on WWE main event, not cashing in on him. Cameron Grimes wondering where his opportunity at. And then, of course, there's a little bit as Mansoor's been getting into the modeling and the fashion industry a little bit. And he's been making some comments to Cameron Grimes about, the caveman look of Cameron Grimes and how he'll never make it in the fashion and all that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Mansoor and the fashion police need to get together or something. I don't know. To the moon. That's right. And here he comes. Cameron Grimes. Over on Patreon, we had the King of the Beach Battle Royal. And Cameron Grimes mentored Ted DiBiase, one of the competitors, in that Battle Royal, as well as Shelton Benjamin, Tony D'Angelo, Carmelo Hayes was in the Battle Royal, Cesaro, Butch, So check that out. It is up right now after this event. $5 gets you in the door. And Patreon just switched everything too. It used to be they would charge you on the first of the month. Now they charge you every 30 days when you sign up. So you don't get charged on the first of the month anymore. And we made that switch over along with all the other channels. So like I said, $5 gets you in the door. That's the price of what they charge you for a cup of coffee. You know, a gallon of gas. That gets you in the door. That gets you all the bonus content. That gets you the 2 level up kickoff matches. That gives you the 4 episodes of WWE Dark that we have so far. That gives you the bonus game of the Cleveland Guardians and the Arizona Diamondbacks. That gives you the Firebirds and the Huskies Sunday night XFL game, which is up there. It's going to give you SummerSlam Throwback. Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens First Blood. British Bulldog versus Bret Hart. It is going to be Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. The Hardy Boys return to WWE. And Shawn Michaels versus Hogan 2. That is all on SummerSlam Throwback. And here we go. We are underway inside the steel cage at NXT's Bash at the Beach. The end of a rivalry here. We've seen Hogan and Vader in the cage on the beach. Now we're getting Cameron Grimes and Mansoor. And the Tornado DDT. And he's already looking to climb out here. I guess that is how you win it. You know, call him a coward or what, but he is trying to go for the win. And Grimes throwing Mansoor right into the cage. And oh my goodness, face first. For Grimes to just drop Mansoor down. Thank you for the love, Zach. Thank you so much. And picking him up. Oh my goodness. Standing rock bottom for Cameron Grimes. Tie up here. What a blow by Grimes. Trips him up. A little STF action here. A little John Cena action. We're going to see John Cena in the ring at SummerSlam. He's going to be in the 8-man tag against Retribution. T-Bar, Mace, Slapjack, and Machine. Big kick to the gut. And a kick to the spine. And Mansoor, I believe you can get pinfalls in this one. Pinfall and submission, as well as escaping the cage. I don't know. He didn't get all of it. I think maybe some of the legs may have just caught Cameron Grimes. Back elbow. And Grimes looking like a caveman with some of those karate chops. You can do a pinfall. I saw the pin there. So it's not just escape. Grimes comes off the top on his own. Big splash. And into the cover. Oh my God, that was almost a 3. You believe that? Inside the steel cage. Oh, I think Grimes wanted to throw him into the steel there. Didn't quite happen. That time he did it. That time he could not avoid it. I bet he would love to bust open Mansoor. You know, as we said, Mansoor kind of getting into the fashion industry a little bit. And what more damage can you do than a guy that's making fun of the way you look than to rough up your opponent's face, right? And again, there it is. Oh, we got blood, folks. Oh my goodness, we got blood. And Mansoor is not going to like that one bit. Here he comes. Clothesline. His modeling career might be done before it gets started. With the strawberry jam running across his face. Oh, wait a minute. Is Cameron Grimes busted open? Why is Grimes busted open? Mansoor's the one that got thrown. Wait a minute, this is going fast. And there's the kick out. Cameron Grimes has blood, but Mansoor was the one that went into the cage. Did the blood transfer? Did it jump? You guys saw that. Maybe he rubbed some of the blood off onto Cameron Grimes. I don't know. This is a bizarre a bizarre happening, as Gorilla Monsoon would say. This is a happening. Cameron Grimes somehow ended up with the strawberry jelly. Atomic drop onto Grimes. Tie up here. Shot off into the buckle. And a forearm blow right to the throat. Stomping away on Grimes now in the corner. Rolling him over and into the cover. Grimes kicking right out. NXT TakeOver Bash at the Beach. Steel cage match. Cameron Grimes versus Mansois. How the heck do you climb? There we go. Grimes gonna meet him up there. No. He got shoved off. Now now they're both going up there. There we go. Oh, wait, what just happened? What's happening? He went right to the top. He went right to the top, and he's going to climb out. I don't know if someone cheated. Grimes. This game gets glitchier by the day, doesn't it? Update after update be damned. Grimes trying to pull him back in, and he does just that. Oh, face first. Is that going to be enough to bust him open? And now Grimes, Cameron Grimes, going to look to make the escape here. I guess you got to hold the button down. And Grimes to the top. Can Cameron Grimes escape? Mansois getting back up to his feet here. It's going to be close. Grimes has made it, and Cameron Grimes will win a ferocious steel cage matchup here at NXT TakeOver Bash at the Beach. Somehow he ended up with the blood on his face. I don't know how that happened. Grimes with the big splash from the top. It wasn't enough to get the win there. Then somehow Mansois just vanished to the top. That could have been it right there too. That was a beautifully executed kick. But that was only a 2 count. More stomps there from Mansois. But that one a quick kick out. The fans got into this here. You can see it. They got into it. And then Cameron Grimes climbed out. He had blood somehow. Mansois, I don't know how he wasn't busted open. But there you go. There is your winner. Cameron Grimes to the moon. And now we will move on to another rivalry match here. Toni Storm taking on Mickie James. Mickie James, the former NXT Women's Champion. Of course, she lost the championship at NXT TakeOver in your house. And she lost that one to Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez goes on to defend that championship at Level Up on our kickoff show on Patreon, patreon.com/TVSports27. The no lifeguard on duty street fight against Carmella. And it was an intense one. Let me tell you, without giving you the results, without spoiling what happened, it was a battle that went all over the building. And we saw sledgehammers, we saw tables, we saw ladders, broken wood, Singapore canes. That is up right now on our Patreon. Here comes Mickie James. This is a bit of a dream match here, right? I don't think we ever got this in real life. Mickie James and Toni Storm. Of course, Mickie James kind of running out her career right now in real life on Impact Wrestling. Her career-threatening matches. She survived Bound for Glory against Mia Yim, while Toni Storm doing her thing as interim AEW champion. And now we're going to see these two forces clash here at NXT TakeOver Bash at the beach.
And from Gold Coast, Australia, Tony Storm.
What do you guys think? Who you got in this one? This dream matchup between Tony Storm and Mickie James. Up next, NXT Championship on the line. Samoa Joe defending the NXT Championship against Timothy Thatcher. That one is going to be a hard-hitting fight. You know, JR, he likes to say bowling shoe ugly. That could be one of those matches. It is going to be physical. You'll see some submissions in there. There's, you know, Thatcher's Thatch can. Samoa Joe, the Coquina Clutch. Samoan submission machine. But it is going to be a brawl. And my God, Mickie James just landed with all that she had right on top of Tony Storm. Here into the cover. And an early kick out there by Tony Storm. Snapmare right there by Mickie James. Picking up Tony Storm. Forearm shot blocked by Storm. Blocked by Mickie James. And they're going back and forth here. Another rivalry that you guys haven't seen because we don't do NXT on our Universe Mode streams. But it's a rivalry that, you know, we do the results though. So you kept up with it. This is episode 45, by the way, of our Universe Mode. So we are getting very, very close to episode 50 of our Universe Mode. Pretty exciting stuff. Irish whip up and over. Tony Storm heading outside right into the sand pit. Tony Storm, he gets shoved away by Mickie James, and Mickie James comes flying in there, forearm shot. Taking down Tony Storm. Mickie James doing a little bit of taunting right now. That's a mistake from the veteran. See something like that happen. And now the hip attack. No one does it better. Maybe Asuka's close. But that'll rock you. That'll give you a concussion for sure. That'll give you the Tua Tonga Vailoa treatment right there. Into the ring, Tony Storm for the cover. On to Mickie James, referee. And a kick out. Ow, compressing the spine. Clothesline there by Tony Storm. Duck under by James. James firing back. And she hits the clothesline. And flying in the heel kick. Could be getting ready for the mitt kick. No, it's countered by Tony Storm. It's a clothesline. An intense battle here at Takeover's Bash at the Beach. And again, Storm sending James to the floor. And she's going to return the favor by dropping all of her weight onto Mickie James. So James did it earlier. Storm answers back and into the steel steps. Look at Tony Storm. My goodness. Up and over. This is looking like the no lifeguard on duty street fight. The Patreon exclusive. Tony Storm heads back into the ring and hits Mickie James with yet another clothesline. James could be in trouble right now. Oh, Mickie James counters. Mickie James never quite out of it. Mick kick. Hits it out of nowhere. And she's going to go with the big standing DDT. She nails it. And she defeats Tony Storm here at Bash at the Beach. Big win for Mickie James. Let's see what's going to happen here. We got a little extra. Tony Storm still got some words from Mickie James. This might not be the end of this. We got NXT TakeOver Hell in a Cell coming up in 2 months. Perhaps we might be seeing these two step inside the cell. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there you go. Victory. All right, up next. NXT Championship on the line. Samoa Joe defending against Timothy Thatcher. Well, get ready, Zach. We got there's going to be New Japan action like crazy. You guys kind of already get a little taste of it with the 24/7 championship residing in Japan. But we got the G1 Supercard, and on the first Raw of September in Universe Mode, we are going to announce the entire G1 Supercard card. In typical New Japan fashion, we will run down the entire card on that Monday, because after SummerSlam, it'll be a mere 2 weeks away. It'll be 6 streams away from G1 Supercard. Why don't I read you the results while you guys are here, because you guys are going to look at the entrances. I don't know if I'll get through all of them, but we've done 2 G1 Supercards in the past on our old YouTube channel. I don't know if those got saved or if they got wiped out on the Great YouTube Purge, but we're going to be uploading a lot of those classic episodes to Patreon. But let's run down the past G1 Supercards that we had on our old YouTube channel. This is not the first time we've done this. As I'm bringing up my notes, I'm trying to dig through. Where the heck are we? Okay, I'm still looking. And so we might have to wait till the entrance on the next match. Okay, here we go. This was the first G1 Supercard I did, and we would have New Japan, Ring of Honor, Stardom, and this is my Universe Mode that had WCW, ECW, and WWE. So we had the IWGP Tag Team Championship, Finn Balor and Sabu defeating the Briscoe brothers to retain. How about that matchup right there? Then we had the WWE United States Champion versus the ECW Television Champion, Sami Zayn pinning AJ Styles. We had an Extreme Rules match. How about this? Mike Awesome defeating Masato Tanaka with the running Awesome Bomb through the table and chairs. Well, this match is going to get jump-started. We are going to get back to the rest of the results of the past G1 Supercards as a little bit of hype right after this. So, Timothy Thatcher jump-starting here on Samoa Joe. And it's already started. The fisticuffs have already started here. Thatcher, interesting strategy, jumping Joe. And you got to talk about Braun Breaker, who submitted Edge, our WWE and Intercontinental Champion. He was also involved in the King of the Beach Battle Royal, but had a very interesting night that all the goodwill he had defeating Edge on main event might have just been wiped out in a matter of seconds. You can check out the King of the Battle Royal, the King of the Beach Battle Royal, patreon.com/TBSports27, and see what happened to Braun Breaker a mere 24 hours after one of the biggest wins in his career. Well, this one's going about as expected so far. Brawling, fight, fists outside the ring. Oh my God, look at the block by Thatcher. Now, these guys are going to get into the ring now. Timothy Thatcher, suplex on the floor to Samoa Joe. Fans are getting into this. Thatcher ripping the shirt off of Joe and throwing it into the stands. Now, we've seen the referee call for disqualification before. These guys don't get into the ring. So they do have to be careful about that, and Joe is going to put Thatcher in. Now, this is not a no disqualification match, but it almost needs to be between these two. You knew it was going to get ugly between Thatcher and Joe. And here we go, and I wouldn't be surprised to see bloodshed in this one as well. That clothesline by Thatcher, Timothy Thatcher, and they're just going back and forth. Oh, there we go. There's blood. There's blood. How quickly was that, huh? Joe to the top. How about the drop kick by Samoa Joe? What a guy. He's going up top again. Elbow drop, and he hits it onto Thatcher. Here we go. Here's the submission we talked about. Samoa Joe winning the NXT Championship, of course, also at In Your House, NXT Takeover. And you can check the replay of that stream here in YouTube on the archives. Head into the playlist or type in TV Sports 27 In Your House. It should pop right up. And Samoa Joe, all of a sudden, as soon as blood came out, control of this match went right away from Timothy Thatcher. Joe, I think was getting ready to lock in his coquina clutch, and Timothy Thatcher countered with the hardest part of his body, his head. Submission locked in here by Thatcher. The arm bar. Man, Samoa Joe having a hard time fighting out of this one. There he rolls over, using his body weight. Oh my God, and crushing the head of Thatcher. We need to see a fight pit match between these guys. We had the Ultimate Fighter match at the New Japan show between Zack Sabre Jr. and Shingo. The 24/7 championship. Maybe we'll rename it the Fight Pit in honor of WWE. But we had our own style Fight Pit. We did the blue bar steel cage. People call it the deadliest, most brutal steel cage in WWE. Won by submission and knockout. So we had our own little version here. This is for the NXT Championship. Of course, up next, the Creed brothers up against Lucha House Party. And then the main event, last man standing match for the NXT North American Championship is going to be Santos Escobar defending his title against Gunther. Classic Samoa Joe. Joe's going to break up the count and head right back out to the floor. A bloody, battered Timothy Thatcher right now. And Joe, I think Joe wanted to send him right into the ring post. Thatcher might have got lucky just sidestepping that one. But instead, Joe is going to send Thatcher gut first into the steps. And now Joe is rocking Thatcher, sending him into the barricade there. Oh, wait a minute, Thatcher. I don't know how he avoided that. Joe just ran after Thatcher, and somehow there's been a lot of magic happening in this show. Mansois about zoomed right out of the cage earlier, and I don't know how Thatcher avoided that one. Submission hold. Wait a minute, locked in by Thatcher. It's his own Coquina clutch, his own version. Samoa Joe is looking like he might pass out here. Joe trying to hang on. Thatcher's got this locked in deep, but the NXT champion wakes up and powers out. My goodness. Thatcher, he absorbs another blow from Joe, just like he did on the outside of the ring. Thatcher tosses Joe up and over. Now stomping away. Another submission locked in. Wait a minute, Thatcher let go. Joe is going to grab onto the rope there. I don't know why Thatcher let go of that submission hold. And Joe just suckered. Wait a minute, back and forth, Joe and Thatcher, and now Joe hitting Thatcher. This is unbelievable. This is your NXT Championship match. My goodness. And Joe sending Thatcher out to the floor. And Joe getting the people fired up right now. Joe telling Thatcher, get back in. Instead, Joe might be going after Timothy Thatcher, and he nails him. Thatcher sent back into the ring. Nice counter by Thatcher. Thatcher's got up Joe. Joe counters DDT. Into the cover. Timothy Thatcher kicks out. We told you it was going to be hard hitting. It was going to be bowling shoe ugly. Into the buckle. And that can only mean one thing. Timothy Thatcher is about to eat the Muscle Buster. NXT champion Samoa Joe has retained. What a fight. What a fight between Joe and Thatcher here at Takeover Bash at the Beach. Unbelievable. Thatcher somehow absorbed that blow. He took the DDT. Thatcher had enough to kick out of that, but the Muscle Buster hit to perfection. And it was victory for Samoa Joe.
NXT champion, Samoa Joe.
So now Samoa Joe will have his eyes set on the first ever NXT TakeOver Hell in a Cell. That's right. We did a little swab. WWE is going to get Halloween Havoc. It'll be the first WWE Halloween Havoc event. Oh, this is going to be a traditional tag match, isn't it? Instead of Tornado Rules. I should, oh, whatever. We'll just deal with it. You know, I like to do Tornado Rules. And so it'll be the first WWE Halloween Havoc. And then it will be the first NXT Hell in a Cell. Let's go back to read the results of G1 Supercard number 1. Just so you guys can get a little taste of what you guys might be seeing coming up here on the channel. So we had the International All-Star Tag Team match. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Matt Sydal versus Drew McIntyre, Dean Ambrose, and Adrian Neville, with Dean Ambrose pinning Hiroshi Tanahashi with the Dirty Deeds. The match of champions, IWGP champion Kazuchika Okada and WCW champion Ryback taking on WWE champion Goldberg and ECW champion Bo Dallas. Okada would pin Bo Dallas with the Rainmaker. All right? We got a little note here. Okada talks to the fans after the match. Goldberg gets into the ring, talks to the fans. The lights go down. The ring posts explode. Damian Sandow and Kane are in the ring. Sandow hits Kane with the IWGP Championship. Okada is knocked to the floor. Kane chokeslams Goldberg. The Ultimate Warrior is let out under a spell by Papa Shango. Warrior hands in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And the Ultimate Warrior pins Goldberg to win the WWE Championship. That was the start of a new stable that would be led by Rosemary. It'd be Rosemary, Damian, Sandow, Kane, Ultimate Warrior, and Papa Shango. So how about that? The Clash of the Intercontinental Champions. WWE Intercontinental Champion Brock Lesnar defeating IWGP Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura by referee stoppage when Nakamura passes out in the Kimura lock. And then the main event, the WCW Tag Team Championships on the line, no limit. Ultimo Dragon and Kota Ibushi defeating World Elite, Justin Gabriel, and Jinder Mahal to win the WCW Tag Team Championships when Ultimo Dragon super kicks Jinder Mahal and Ibushi hits the Phoenix Splash for the victory. So how about that? That was the first G1 Supercard. And I'm going to read off G1 Supercard number 2 for you guys. So let me find that here in my notes. And it was in September, October, something like that. Here we go. I had it. Here we go. G1 Supercard, WWE, WCW, ECW, ROH, New Japan, and Stardom. And guess what? We're going to get to the results of G1 Supercard after this match. So stay tuned. So this one came about, and you guys can imagine how this came about. Obviously, two very different styles between the Creed brothers, Diamond Mine, and Lucha House Party. Obviously, you know, the Creed brothers, they say, hey, we're collegiate athletes. We had to do wrestling the traditional way. Ground and pound, cauliflower ears, all that kind of stuff to get where we are. It's the, you know, the classic story, right? The ground and pound guys. It's like Doug Williams. Remember when Doug Williams was in the X Division? It's just like that. The Creed brothers don't like the Lucha House Party style, even though Brutus Creed will kind of do his own little high flying, right? Standing moonsault by Lince Dorado. And up next, our main event. Can you believe it? We've already made it to the end. It is going to be for the North American Championship last man standing match. Gunther taking on Santos Escobar. There's some chops there by Lince Dorado. Dorado sending Julius Creed down. And he's going to go for some super crazy moonsault. So Julius Creed's not going to like that too much, is he? Hits all three of them perfectly. That would make Super Crazy blush if he's watching this one. We saw the Lucha House Party wrestle just 24 hours ago on Main Event, as they attempted to take down Retribution, T-Bar, and Mace. They put up a valiant effort, but victory was not had. Oh, Brutus comes in. There's a shot to the midsection here. Oh my God, Code Red by Lince Dorado on a Brutus Creed. Haven't seen Grand Metalik get in there at all yet. Oh, that's just an insult right out of the Creed brothers. For Dorado to do that right there. The standing backflip. You know the disrespect is real. How about the fisherman suplex? Now all four in the ring, which is what traditionally happens. We usually will do tornado matches. Unfortunately, we just clicked the next button. So it was already set up as a regular singles match. Oh, wait a minute. Grand Metalik. Lince Dorado about got dropped on his head because of that. You got to be careful if you're Grand Metalik. Your partner in harm's way. Rolling through. No problem for the Creed brothers. Brutus Creed. Now he tags in Julius. I hope I got these Creed brothers right. It's hard to tell because obviously these are created wrestlers. Maybe I got it backwards because Brutus is the blonde. He does the cannonball. And he's a little thicker, so that might be Brutus in the ring now. It's so hard to tell with the creator wrestler. I'm going to say that's Brutus in the ring now. Julius, yeah, the skinnier of the two, right? This is kind of devolved into a Tornado Rules tag team match. Referee has absolutely lost all control of this one. And Brutus Creed with his own fisherman suplex. And the kick out by Grand Metalik. Let's see, can we do the cannonball? This would confirm that this is Brutus Creed. Was that the cannonball? I don't know. It was the elbow drop, that's for sure. And he's got the leg lock, and there it is. That's official. That is Brutus Creed. That one seems to be a little thicker, right? So Brutus in the ring, Julius on the outside of the ring there. Pop. Oh, what a counter by Grand Metalik, the king of the ropes. Metalik. What a beauty senton right there. There's a kick out though by Brutus Creed. Main event coming up next. Bash at the beach. And Brutus Creed countering. Puts Metalik on the apron here. Metalik counters. That's not where you want to put Metalik. I'm surprised Metalik didn't try to do anything outside of the ring. That's usually his battleground, is on the outside of the ring like that. So I think the Brutus Creed kind of lucked out with that. He's going to try to tag in, and he gets right past Metalik. I don't think Metalik would realize what was going on. Julius Creed comes in now. It's a brain buster by Metalik. Metalik will tag out now to Lince Dorado. We got a collision in the center of the ring. Standing drop kick. That's about as good as Lance Storm can do. Maybe see Lance Storm come and manage these guys. Since Roderick Strong's on the main roster, Diamond Mine needs a little management here. Look at this. Well, the Creed brothers, they were talking their noise about the high flyers. Julius Creed's going to go from the inside to the outside. So they don't practice what they preach, huh? Wicked blows by Julius Creed. Oh my God! Like a packaged fisherman slam, and somehow Lince Dorado escapes. And Julius, oh wait a minute, Dorado, he might want to tag out, and he is going to tag out to Grand Metalik. Julius will tag out to Brutus. So Brutus and Metalik in there now. Oh my God, he just barely, it's like he grabbed him by the shoelaces right there. Spun him around, Brutus Creed, and planted him right into the mat. Now, so we saw the Creed brothers go high flying. Now the Lucha House Party's going submission style. How about each other's guys using the other guys' mat work? I mean, the high flyers going to the ground, the grounders going high flying. It's unbelievable. Heel hook submission locked in by Grand Metalik. Metalik will tag out to Lince Dorado. Dorado will head to the top here. He's got Brutus right where he wants him. Beautiful moonsault. And a kick out by Brutus Creed. Brutus Creed now up into the ropes. Irish whip. Reversal. No. Oh, lethal injection. How about that? Cover. And that's it. Lucha House Party gets the win. So high flying reigns supreme. And look at this. We actually might have an injury here. That lethal wait a minute. Lucha House Party. Well, going into this, we might be seeing a little demolition. Mr. Fuji, a double switch here. Going into this thing, it was Brutus and Julius that was pretty hated for their comments, because people love high flying, right? But instead, we might have just seen a double switch. Wow. Instead, it's the Lucha House Party going to the dastardly move, laying out their opponents with the chairs after the match. Unbelievable. Stay tuned. Takeover Hell in a Cell is next. All right. Let's run down really quick. This was the G1 Supercard 2 from my old YouTube channel. The pre-show, the Honor Rumble. The WWE, represented by Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stardust, Goldberg, Bret Hart, and Roman Reigns. WCW, Ric Flair, Randy Savage, Justin Gabriel, Sting, Chris Jericho, Drew McIntyre, ECW, Bo Dallas, Rob Van Dam, Raven, Neville, Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Ring of Honor, Dalton Castle, Chris Hero, TJ Perkins, Ricochet, Rich Swann, Low Key, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Sabu, Tatsumi Fujinami, Tiger Mask, Vader, Will Ospreay, and Hideo Itami. And the winner was Stardust, last eliminating Triple H. We had the Tag Team Champions Fatal 4-Way, ECW Tag Team Champions, the Briscoe Brothers, WCW Tag Team Champions, the Broken Hardys, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the American Wolves, and the IWGP Tag Team Champions, Evil and Sonata. Eddie Edwards would pin Sonata. The Women's 6-Way Tag Team match, Queen's Quest, Momo Watanabe and Utami Hayashishita versus Stars, Mayu Iwatani and Tom Nakano versus ECW Sasha Banks and Beth Phoenix versus WCW Winter and Emma versus Ring of Honor Kelly Klein and Sumi Sakai versus WWE Nikki Bella and Summer Rae. Nikki Bella would pin Winter. We had the Tokyo Street Fight. Cactus Jack pins Randy Orton. The Ring of Honor TV Championship versus the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Adam Cole. We had a triple threat match. Asuka versus Paige versus Alundra Blaze. Paige defeating Alundra Blaze. WWE Championship on the line. Brock Lesnar pinning Dean Ambrose to retain the championship. New Japan versus the World. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Tomohiro Ishii, and Katsuyori Shibata versus John Cena, Ryback, Austin Aries, and Sami Zayn. Ryback would pin Tetsuya Naito. WWE Women's Champion versus World of Stardom Champion Io Shirai would pin Bayley. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match, Kota Ibushi and Dragon Lee with Conan would defeat Andrade, Cien Almas, and Gran Metalik, when Kota Ibushi would pin Gran Metalik with the Phoenix Splash. ECW Champion versus Ring of Honor Champion Samoa Joe pins Jay Lethal. Bullet Club versus Main Event Mafia. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Brian Pillman of Bullet Club versus Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner, and Curtis Axel. AJ Styles would pin WCW Champion Kevin Nash. And in your main event, Kazuchika Okada would defeat Kenny Omega. That was G1 Supercard 2. So now you know G1 Supercard 1, G1 Supercard 2. This is going to be our first G1 Supercard of this universe mode. So that was the previous cards. Get ready, because the announcement is going to be made in the first Raw of September in universe mode. The full card, New Japan style. We're going to announce it at the top of the stream for G1 Supercard. So stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, it is time for the main event of NXT TakeOver, Bash at the Beach. Santos Escobar, 24 hours ago, handily, I gotta skip this because that is Copyright City. Believe it or not, you will get a copyright strike on YouTube for letting that animation play, and I'm probably gonna get one because that WrestleMania animation played, and I'll most likely have to edit that out. So if you see a big gap in the video, that's why I had to edit that out, because YouTube does not like that. But yes, 24 hours ago, see the match. This show's almost over. Check out the archives here on YouTube. It was episode 44, and we saw a match between Santos Escobar and Gunther dominated, beat Walter in minutes. Now it is last man standing here on the beach, Bash at the Beach, for the NXT North American Championship. For the first time, the North American Championship headlining, main eventing a takeover. So how about that? And this, we'll see. I was going to say this should be a good one, but we saw what happened on main event. It was not a good one. It was one-sided. So we'll see what happens, but look at this. Already a much better outing for Santos Escobar. Last man standing between Escobar and Gunther. Frog splash off the top by Escobar. Referee maybe should be putting in a count right now. He's not. And Escobar, the half crab onto Gunther. Of course, no submission. Could be one. Was that a tap out? I don't know. Gunther, though, those tree trunk-like legs, kicking Santos Escobar back. Forearm shot. Look at Escobar. What a difference a day makes. Leg drop onto Gunther. This is insane. This is such a turnaround from what we saw on main event. But Gunther, with one sweep of the legs and one kick to the spine, answers right back, but here comes Escobar. Standing Frankensteiner. Kick to the spine himself. Tie up here, and Gunther sent to the floor. Last man standing. You can win on the outside of the ring. Escobar contemplating. Does he want to take this battle? No, he's going to let the count happen. Escobar is going to stay in the ring. He thinks he's got enough to defeat Gunther. What a turn that would be if he defeated Gunther in minutes. Gunther gets up, and here we go. We're heading to the floor. We are heading to the outside of the ring. Gunther has Escobar, and right into the barricade. But no problem for Escobar. Head scissors takedown Gunther. And the count is on once again here.
3, 4.
This is the future WWE. You're going to see these guys at some point moving up, taking spots on the main roster. That's why we peek in, we check the results of NXT, and then we play all the takeovers in full. The next takeover is going to be Takeover Hell in a Cell in 2 months. Then we got the December takeover event that we haven't announced yet. Like at In Your House, Bash at the Beach, Hell in a Cell, the December event, Vengeance Day, Stand and Deliver. Good list of shows. What should the December takeover be? Be Armageddon? Let us know. Oh my god, back body drop. Just hammering away on Escobar. Uh-oh. This is going to be bad. This is the triple powerbomb. No, just a single. But you know, it hurts just as bad. Gunther. The referee was putting in the count, and Gunther said, no, I'm going to do more damage. What a monster this guy is. And now he's doing some talking. He's doing some talking to Escobar. Escobar is back to his feet. Will we see any weapons? Will we? Uh-oh. This might be it for Escobar. The triple power bomb. That is what did him in on main event. And oh my god, I think he just pulled his leg out from his leg. Oh my god, and then stomping. He could have tried to get the 10 count after the triple power bomb. What is Gunther thinking? Oh, the jackhammer! Are we getting a Gunther Goldberg match in the future? Goldberg's going to be in action at SummerSlam, team with Hulk Hogan, John Cena, and The Undertaker. A little jackhammer action, and Escobar was starting to get to his feet. Incredible resilience from a guy that got beat down 24 hours ago on main event. Oh my god. Oh, was that a little low? I guess there's no disqualification, right? Doesn't matter. Escobar. How about a cradle shock of his own? We saw that do good earlier this evening. Is that Saya Ida, the gorilla? I don't know, beating his chest, right? You know about Saya Ida? Saya Ida and Hanan Ringarin. Leg drop by Escobar. Will we see weapons come out? Or do these guys just want to do it by hand? Oh my god. That could be a knockout blow. That could knock out Gunther. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Gunther getting right back up to his feet. Escobar picks him up. Cradle shocks him again. The fans are saying one more time, and Escobar might be listening to him. Escobar stomping away at Gunther, not letting the referee put the 10 count in. Was it a mistake, or was that a good final blow? No, he's still going after it. Look at this. The hatred that these two have for each other. Escobar wants more. He wants Gunther to get up. He wants Gunther to get up. Gunther might not be getting up. Did those final couple of stomps do him in? At 7, Escobar picks up Gunther. Has he lost his mind? Escobar wanted to do more damage, and it could be a huge mistake. That could end up costing Escobar this whole thing. That was an in-the-moment mistake from Santos Escobar. That was not a smart move. Oh my God. 15 feet to the floor. And for Santos Escobar, he might have just cost himself the North American Championship. The ego was too much. He wanted to do some final blows to Gunther. And all Gunther had to do was drop Escobar 15 feet to the floor. And Escobar is up at the count of 9. Last man standing continues.
1, 2,
Is that enough to put Gunther down? All he did was roll him back into the ring. Wait a minute now. What'd he do? Did he hit Gunther with something?
6,
It was a 6 count. I'm confused as what just happened there.
8,
Wait a minute.
9,
Wait a minute. Did he hit Gunther? What just happened? Escobar will retain the North American Championship. He must have hit Gunther with some brass knucks or something. Let's look at the replay. It didn't seem like there was much else at all. Escobar survives. I think what happened is he caught Gunther with the brass knucks on the outside of the ring and knocked out Gunther out of nowhere. So Escobar, 24 hours after humiliating defeat on WWE Main Event, answers back
NXT
and retains his North American Championship.
Santos Escobar.
And as we have Takeover Hell in a Cell looming, we wonder, will we see this matchup happen again inside Hell in a Cell? Maybe it'll be like Lockdown. Maybe we'll just do. Maybe it could be Takeover Lockdown. What do you think about that? And just have everything be in a cage. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a little preview of Monday Night Raw. But that was Takeover. I'm gonna rewind this back. I'm gonna watch my own stream back because I want to know what the heck happened. Because Escobar was down. I'm watching the replay here. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. The referee gets up to 7. The referee, I'm watching the replay, gets up to 9. Escobar gets up. Escobar takes Gunther, throws him in the ring, and Gunther was out. So I'm going to say, I'm thinking Escobar, he's from the mean streets, as they say, the cartel. I think he got a little bit of brass knucks. I think when he grabbed Gunther on the outside of the ring, he cracked Gunther between the eyes so quickly we didn't even see it. And rolled him back into the ring. That's what I'm going to say happened. My goodness. So let's see. AJ Styles, Robert Roode, Finn Balor, Roderick Strong, Kiwi Glow against the Riot Squad, Mustafa Ali. Now, last time we tried to do this, Mustafa Ali came out dressed as Rey Mysterio. So I don't know what will happen there. We have Edge and Drew Gulak against Gargano and Owens. Obviously, we're going to edit some of these matches here. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Apollo Crews and Austin Theory. So As we look at the calendar, we have just 2 streams left before SummerSlam. We're going to stream Raw, and we're going to stream SmackDown. And then it is going to be Patreon exclusive events. So if you want to tune in on Patreon, patreon.com/tvsports27. $5 gets you in the door for all the bonus content. Now we have other tiers. If you want to get shout outs, if you want to promote a business, if you want to promote a social media, if you want to request a stream, we got other tiers for that. If you want to shape the channel, a lot of you guys, we put up the October poll. You guys were saying you wanted to see Madden content. We're going to get more Madden content coming up here this week and a lot more Denver Broncos franchise. But we have NXT Level Up. If that wasn't enough Bash at the Beach for you, we have NXT Level Up, the King of the Beach Battle Royal, and the No Lifeguard on Duty Street Fight for the NXT Women's Championship. And it's going to be SummerSlam Throwback on that Saturday, exclusively on Patreon. Tables, ladders, and chairs for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Hardy Boys versus Happy Go Lucky versus the Usos. Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens First Blood match. British Bulldog versus Bret Hart for the Classic Intercontinental Championship. And Hogan versus Michaels Part 2. So that's all going to happen, as well as Sunday Night Heat, 3 matches. And we can break the news now. The Women's Tag Team Championship match between Kiwi Glow, Generation Now, and Thunder Rock. That Tag Team Championship match is going to happen on Sunday Night Heat, the kickoff to SummerSlam. We're going to announce 2 more kickoff matches as well for that Sunday Night Heat broadcast, which will be a Patreon exclusive. So check us out, TV Sports 27 on Patreon. Hit that subscribe button here and follow us on Twitter, TV Sports 27 on Twitter. Thank you guys for tuning in. NXT Bash at the Beach, and we'll see you guys next time.